Guys, what do girls do that is very cute, but they don't know it? Story 1. She puts her head on my shoulder when we're just sitting. It's like acknowledgement that she feels safe with me. There's no better compliment than that for me. Then she would nuzzle my face and whisper in my ear, I love you, just to remind me that I am someone who deserves to be and is loved. Alternatively, it can be the worst feeling ever when they move their head away, and in your head you are going through all the things that you may have done to make them move, like you move too much or whatever. This reminds me of that scene in The Office when Pam did this to Jim. It's one of my favorites. Story 2. My girlfriend can't wink very well. She can only wink with one eye. So if I wink at her, she has to try winking back. Then I wink with my other eye and she keeps blinking trying to wink back, which results in a wink war consisting of her blinking aggressively at me and she doesn't stop until we laugh and forget what we were trying to do. Sometimes, when neither of us feels like using words, we just communicate with or other similar sounding noises, as if you were talking but you're not. It's quite funny, and she does it quite often when she's too tired from work to say I love you back before promptly sleeping 2 minutes later. Eventually, it developed into a fun game where we make faces at each other and whoever cracks first loses. But at the same time, both of us win because we can make each other laugh. Those games are like super intimate memes. They're the best. It's the cute things like these that I love the most about being in a relationship, to be honest. Story 3. The way most of them giggle, especially when they get super shy and all red at the same time, like my girlfriend does, which is so cute. I don't know what it is, but when you hear a woman genuinely giggle, it's warming on the inside. Giggle, look down, and then gently wipe that one hair out of their face while re-establishing eye contact. Especially when I did something to make her giggle, it triggers something in my male brain where I want to repeat what caused that effect. I just love seeing her happy. It's also cute to see a girl fully laugh out loud. I'm talking about gasping for air, snorting, and everything. It makes me feel funny. What better way to feel better than to share a genuine laugh with someone? Or dumb laughs. They're vastly different. It can sound like a honk, sometimes some like a sprinkler, like or some like and sometimes it's just like one powerful and sometimes they just wheeze and speak and can't catch a breath. Every time she laughs, I laugh too and tell her, I love your laugh. Or mimic all the weird laughs, which never fail to make me cry laughing. Sometimes I name them, like laugh number 476. Her dumb laughs always make the situation funnier. Story 4. Any simple form of touching. It can be really casual, but really nice, reassuring, and overall friendly. A gentle pat on the back? Fantastic. Hug? Amazing. Hugging you from behind and staying that way for at least half a minute, but only when plenty of people are watching? I'd seen her once or twice and barely knew her name when she started doing this. I felt like I was a territory being marked by a big cat. Messing with your hair? Godly. Even if I took my time to make it, once they play with my hair, they're playing with my heart. And obviously it goes both ways. Once you're clearly comfortable with each other, just the slightest touch to an arm can mean so much. And then you can think about that slight contact 10 years later when trying to fall asleep at 4 a.m., reconfirming to yourself for the 100th time that it meant nothing. Agree with the hair messing one. I guess this is why dogs love head rubs. It's so soothing. If you think these acts are adorable, wait till you hear about the cutest thing girls do in Story 8. Story 5. When they're a little nervous because they haven't known you for long, but they like you. That's so adorable. Like when they don't really know what to say and they're visibly a little bit awkward for a minute, either on the phone, on a date, or something. That's cute. My girl confessed to me this way. She wanted me to date her and she took the initiative. She was shy and blushed hard. It was really awkward for her, but I loved it. What made it so cute were her genuine emotions and how flustered she was. How could I say no to that? I was skeptical at first because I didn't know her that well. While I was getting vibes from other girls, what made her stand out was that she looked awkward and sweet. Slight stutter, looking away, really warm face. But she was calmly explaining why she wanted to be with me. It was a really risky move, but I think she really felt like she had to try. She told me she would be okay with anything afterward because she just really enjoyed my company. I remind her of this story when I'm in a cheesy mood, and she still blushes to this day. But for me, it's the best thing she's ever done. Yes, us guys are spoiled. I personally like it when a girl just goes for it. Story 6. I have a crush who is slow to catch on to a joke, teasing, or stuff like that. There was this one time when we went to a convenience store and the cashier asked for the money by saying $5, to which she replied, yeah. And I just stood there waiting for God knows what. The cashier was confused, and I, knowing her, laughed so hard. But she still didn't get it, to which I told her, pay $5 to the cashier for the items, to which she proceeded to apologize many times. So damn cute. I remember like last month we went to a corner store and there was like a solid bunch of people. The guy in front of us was taking forever, and since he was, I guess, friends with the people in front of me, those guys nicely led us in front of the line. Then my crush put her items on the counter and the cashier held up his pointed finger. To her, it must have meant, give me a second, because the guy in front of us was still shopping and getting whatever to basically argue with the cashier. It was funny. Anyway, she took a step back and basically waited till their exchange was over. Then she made her attempt again, and he did the pointer finger thing again. She doesn't get the message and steps back. The next guy goes and she tries for the final time. And he explains to her, I was telling you it costs $1. You could have been gone 3 minutes ago. She went red from embarrassment and I was holding back from laughing. But she's not exactly a klutz. Just sometimes these rare events happen. Make me fall harder for her every single time. Story 7. So there's this really sweet girl at the coffee shop I go to regularly. She always says hi to me every time I come in. Every time she makes my drink, she always hands it to me and says, here you go, insert my name, with the cutest smile on her face. I don't know what it is, but the fact that she calls me by name so often and is always smiling when she sees me is just so effing adorable. She's not the kind of girl I'd normally be attracted to because she's a good bit taller than me. But damn, if she doesn't make me weak. Yes, I know this is just good customer service. I have no illusions about this. I know she isn't attracted to me, but I still appreciate her enthusiasm and find it really cute. She's one of the few people who smiles at me when I look at them, and I kind of like that. Story 8. That little dance they do when they show off a dress with pockets? She says it is exciting when her clothes are functional, and having usable pockets in any woman's clothing is a miracle that deserves a little dance. Here is a little description. It all starts with a compliment on the dress. Thanks, she'll say with a bright smile. And look, this is the best part. She'll get excited, smooth out the fabric across her body, and search for the pockets. Finding them, she'll plunge her hands into each one and pull them to the side, proofing out the dress. Then she'll wiggle happily from right to left, showing them off properly. It's got pockets! Bonus points if there is a little hop or two thrown in there. And if her hair falls in front of her face, she won't stop to fix it because the pocket dance is sacred. Those twirly dances with hops remind me so much of fluffy bunnies. It's adorable. Story 9. My wife makes herself immediately liked by everyone she meets by asking them a million questions about their lives. I sometimes joke that it's like the Spanish Inquisition, but she can't help it. It's just a genuine, deep interest in other people, and it's always apparent that's all it is. Then the second time she meets them, she'll remember all these little details about their lives and they'll love her for it. Like with salespeople remembering their customers' kids' names, except it's 100% genuine and she has no incentive to do it. It appeals to me because I'm the total opposite, an introvert who's not shy, but socializing with others doesn't come naturally to me. That is not a problem when she's around. Story 10. Girls tie their hair back when they're about to do something. The more concentration that's happening, the higher the hair goes. I've seen my wife do it when she's going to take off her makeup. I've seen her do it when she's about to change a poopy diaper. Still hot. The action afterwards doesn't matter that much. It's the act of tying up the hair with a purpose. I think this is the female equivalent of a man rolling up the long sleeves of his shirt. Story 11. Be nice to other people. When I see a girl who is genuine with all people, no matter who they are, that instantly makes me like them. And it's very hard to fake, which adds to the cuteness because you pretty much know that's who they really are. I went out for drinks with this girl and we were walking outside and the woman ahead of us was a bit heavy set and didn't realize her pants were falling off her bum. This jewel of a girl walks up to the woman, taps her shoulder to let her know what's up, and then helps her pull up her pants. I was just like, ha, look at her bum. Vima, you are a keeper wherever you are. Story 12. I love it when a girl stretches. Just a yawn and a stretch in the morning would do it. When they stretch, a bit of their stomach shows. I think it's sexy. Something about the stretch accentuates the anatomy while also presenting it for physical contact. It is hard to explain, but it definitely leaves an impression. I dated a girl who would always disappear super early to go for a surf, bring me a coffee home, and after a shower, would do yoga bare on the floor. Drinking a good coffee and seeing the different ways a body can look beautiful in the morning light can make you feel totally blessed and undeserving, even when you are poor and sleeping on a mattress in someone's garage. Story 13. My best Platonic female friend has this look that comes over her face when she just really, really loves someone's energy. She puts her hands together and just looks so happy to be there and be present in that moment, and it's just gorgeous. I wish she could see herself. This dude stressing the platonic part of their friendship is kind of cute and fishy. If you want to watch more videos like this, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel now. Story 14. It ranges from cute to attractive, but it's a compliment for something you think you stink at. My girlfriend complimented my beard growing ability yesterday, and I was just thrown out because it's not super amazing. It made me feel nice and reminded me that she views me in a far more positive light than I view myself. It made my day. Story 15. Mild frustration from a joke. I know, oddly specific, but I swear, they try not to laugh when they can't help it, so they just have a tiny fit, and it's cute to me. I told my girlfriend a really bad pun. What do you call a fruit that's actually a handful of rocks? A pomegranate. Well, we were laying in bed last night, and she looked at me and said, I'm ashamed to be dating you, and I just absolutely lost it. Story 16. My wife has long hair and on car trips, she always puts it up in a ponytail for easy management. When we get close enough to where we are going, she sits up and looks out the window like an eager kitten with the cutest, most intense interest in everything going by at 60 miles per hour. Her head goes left to right, left to right, left to right. I don't know why she doesn't just use her eyes, but it makes her ponytail bounce and dance around behind her head. It's one of the secret things I love about her. Just being so interested in new places and so effing cute without knowing it. She catches me cheesing at her and asks what. I always just say, something that's just for me. I love you. Story 17. When a girl is actually invested in what other people are doing, not in a creepy, I'm going to follow you around way, but in a way that she gets excited at everything about someone else's passion and tries to understand why they like it, even if it's not something they're actually into. The girl I talk to now does this. It's really nice to have someone who likes the things I'm interested in, like bikes, anime, and some other stuff. And although she doesn't care for those things, she likes them when I talk about them with a passion. My kind of girl. Gamer, geek, nerd, and all around cool. Story 18. Show their weird side. My wife told me this story. When she was in school, her best friend one day announced she was too weird for her to be friends with her anymore. It hurt her so bad that she spent the next 15 or so years trying the hardest to be less weird. Nearly 9 years ago, we started dating, and she finally felt truly comfortable with me. She let her guard down one day and did something truly weird, and then, as if by reflex, she said, "Sorry for being so weird." I looked at her and seriously said, "Never be sorry for that." Well, we're married now and have a baby, and she's never been weirder. Happier. Story 19. The girl I'm dating at the moment is so awkward. I kissed her last week and she said, "Thank you?" She also hides her face in her hands and moans death whenever she does something awkward, and I'm not sure why, but it melts me inside every time. My girlfriend being awkward is the most adorable thing. I just want to hold her and protect her afterward. Story 20. Squeak. I used to tease my best friend a lot after we admitted we had feelings for each other that she was really cute and she'd get all worked up and usually squeak out a "no" through bright red cheeks and a big dumb grin, which I only thought was even cuter. And it'd just be a vicious cycle until she gained enough composure to fire a one-liner back and turn me into a blushy puddle. There's a difference between a little squeak because their voice just got a little bit away from them and shrieking like a banshee. When it's tasteful, then it's adorable. Story 21. Whenever we meet up, after the first few minutes of getting situated, either sitting down, walking, or driving to wherever we're going, she'll take like 10 seconds to just look at me and then smile. It makes me feel like she's happy to see me. Sometimes she would just stare at me with her arms around my waist and smile after not seeing me for a while, and there's nothing else like it. Let's hope she is smiling because she is happy to see this dude, not because he has dirt on his face. Story 22. When they continually tap on your shoulder to tell you something, or when their eyes spark up when you see them after a long time. That's really cute. It makes you feel wanted. My girlfriend does this to me, and at first she thought it was really annoying until I told her it's not. Now she does it when she's really excited to tell me something, or she wants my attention when we're lying in bed and watching a movie, like when she wants to cuddle or make out. We've been together for almost 8 months now. Story 23. Cute little sneezes, snoring, and sounds they make sometimes. Even breathing can seem cute. My GF winds up with a sneeze, and most of the time, nothing happens. I reply, "Bless you?" She giggles and says, "I didn't sneeze." And when she actually sneezes, I'll say bless you because you actually sneezed. She sarcastically thanked me then. She also punches the air when she starts sneezing or can't stop. She's fighting the sneeze. So effing cute. And then one time, we were on a weekend getaway, and I know she doesn't usually sleep well. She was already asleep, and I rolled over and just put an arm around her waist as I cuddled. The unconscious little content sigh that came out of her was the cutest thing I've heard in a long time. I'll take it. Story 24. That little wiggle when they are putting on tight pants. When my wife does this, and right as she gets the pants up around her bum, she kicks out one leg to the side. Left foot, right foot, wiggle, wiggle, jump. She told me there was a song that goes along with it, and it's called the Pull Up Pants Dance song. It's my favorite thing she does. Story 25. When they provide a rock-solid alibi, those are keepers. I was playing a card game at a party once, and this girl I kind of liked was behind me watching. Without any warning beforehand, I handed a card to her. She took it on the sly without missing a beat, then slipped it back to me a couple of hands later at a pivotal moment in the game. That's wife material. Definitely this. Like a Bonnie to my Clyde. Story 26. When she honestly speaks her mind and sounds passionate about it. If I wasn't paying attention before, I am now. I was on a date with a girl once. She is not your typical beauty, but she was so genuinely excitable for people and things, her face glowing with happiness, that made 300% up for it. I don't know how we got on this topic, but she launched into a full detailed, passionate, and animated description of the history of pockets from the 14th century on. When she finally finished, she was like, "Wow, I am so sorry, I just probably bored you to tears." I told her that I was not and thought that it was extremely hilarious and incredibly sexy at the same time. She smiled and told me that what I just said made her feel good about herself. Story 27. I've always been attracted to shy or quiet girls. I'm pretty reserved myself, but whenever I'm around a person quieter than me, I find myself to be more outgoing, especially if it's a cute girl. I have no idea why I do this. I don't even have the courage to flirt with girls. I guess because I myself am usually intimidated, but still regarded in high esteem by overconfident people and wish that they noticed me and helped me crawl out of my hole. Doing it for a shy person helps me build my own confidence while helping out people just like me. Story 28. When they make the first move. The love of my life made the first move, and I'm still not over her. Bonus points? I wasn't at all interested. We were friends giving each other advice on the crappy relationships that we were in. I broke up with my then girlfriend and asked her if it was a good idea to let her back in. She took her chance to tell me how I felt and basically told me she had fallen for me. That was terrifying, but here we are. Shoot your shot, ladies. I'll go on a date with anyone who asks and have only once redeemed this offer. Story 29. When they flex their muscles and strike pillar men's poses. The girl I like is 5'4" and 95 pounds on a good day. For some reason, though she doesn't have much muscle, she can flex them as if she has tiny baby bodybuilder arms. She always jokes to people when they say something that's jokingly mean. She'd put her arms up in the bodybuilder pose, then flex those tiny bumps up and down and tell them, "Don't mess with me. I'm getting ready for the BB gun show." Since it is hardly a gun show, most people don't laugh. They look perplexed that she can even flex these tiny arms BBs up and down. I find it adorable. Props to her, man. Also props to the JoJo reference. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you made it this far, I'm sure you'll also enjoy. Girls, did you ever have a guy that you wished you said yes to when he asked you out? Story 6 will make you think about missed opportunities. See you on that video.